The account matching tool is designed to match your existing Xero contacts with your existing Salesforce accounts. In order for this to work, we must make sure that we've first completed a historic sync. You can complete a historic sync by going to the Manage Syncing section and clicking the Start Historic Sync button. This should have already been done as a part of the configuration. Once that historic sync is completed, we can then launch the account matching page. When the page is loaded, you'll get a summary of the total amount of contacts to be synced, along with the contacts and the number of matches on the current page. Each page will hold 50 records. By default, we do a fuzzy match between the Xero contact name and the Salesforce account name. If you're an advanced user or want to create your own logic to match by, we can go to the Advanced Settings and Auto Matching section on the page. You can see in this section we can customize the logic that's being used to match our Xero contacts and Salesforce accounts. We can change the fields here. We can change the matching method to be either fuzzy or exact, and change the field for the account that's being used. We can also add additional rows to further filter out our contact matches. I'll create a new matching rule where we'll take the customer's city and make sure that they exactly match. You can now see that we've selected the postal address city, which is the field from Xero, is an exact match to the Salesforce account's billing city. And we've also created some filter logic saying that we want both of these conditions to be true. I can now click the Get Xero Contacts button, and we'll then see that the page has been refreshed where we have a very similar or the same account name, and the address city is exactly the same. Because this is a match and it's only a single match, it's saying to match this Salesforce and Xero account. If we're happy with this, we can click Save and Sync. That has now synced our Salesforce account and our Xero contacts together. As we can now see in the customer's Salesforce account, we have matched that Xero contact. When you have a contact that is matched, it means that all future invoices created underneath that account will sync to Xero underneath that customer. If you'd like to create some advanced logic, you certainly can by toggling the Use Advanced Filter Logic radio button, where you can create your own custom filter logic based on your matching rules. If you ever get stuck, you can click Reset to Default and then Get Xero Contacts to go back to the default query and filters. We can also filter the contacts on the page. Perhaps we want to show only the accounts with a single match, only accounts with multiple matches. So in this example, we have Apple. We want to be able to choose which account it goes out of these two because it is a fuzzy match and bringing back two accounts. If we do bring back two accounts, we can say that this is the one that we want to sync to because we know it's the same account. And again, click Save and Sync. We can also filter to show contacts without any found matches using our matching criteria. We can see here we've got a contact called the Lonely Contact, has not found any matching Salesforce accounts, so we can either create a new account in Salesforce, which is selected by default, or if this account does exist and it just hasn't found the match, we can manually match this to another account in Salesforce by using the search bar. In this example though, I'm just going to create a new account in Salesforce. The idea of the account matching page is that you scroll through all of your accounts to make sure that they're all matched by clicking the Save and Sync button. We also have a tool available called the Auto Matching tool, which will go through and automatically match the contacts and accounts based on the criteria that you've set. Please use this tool at your own risk. If you're setting your own queries and filters, you may have some issues in those queries and filters and it may match against the incorrect account. If you want to use the auto matching tool, you can choose to auto match single contacts, which means if it only finds one result, it will automatically match. You can also create new accounts for unmatched contact. This means if we don't find any matches to your criteria, it will assume that that account does not yet exist in Salesforce and then create it for you. Once you're happy with all of your criteria, you can either run the auto contact matching on the current page, which again is 50 records, and we can see using the data above that all 50 records on this page only have a single match. We can also run the auto contact matching on all pages, which means it will go through all 498 contacts to be synced and run this logic. I'm going to click the Run Auto Contact Matching on All Pages button, and we can see that there's a prompt to make sure that we have set our filter criteria correctly. And now the account matching has started. This may take a couple of minutes to complete. We'll come back in a couple of minutes. I've now come back a minute or so later, and we can see that we now only have 10 total contacts to be synced with our filter criteria. These contacts are the ones where we have multiple matches, so we need to go through and select the accounts that we would like them to be matched to. When we have gone through and matched everything together, we've now completed the account matching process.